Hey everybody, back again. We're not out at the range today. We're at home, hanging out. The range, today is a weekend. Today's Saturday. The range can be a little crazy on the weekends. Not necessarily the safest place. So I don't go out there too much on the weekends. I typically go out during the week. But we got something new. I wanted to show you guys. I had my eye on this. It was on Gunbroker. But the shop that was selling it was one of the local shops here. On Gunbroker, for a shipping, they wanted like 50 bucks, I think it was. It's kind of crazy, being that this is only like a $100 rifle. So there were 0 bids on it. I had that Mossberg Plinkster that I'm not too fond of. So I took it with me to the shop that was selling this on Gunbroker. Seeing if they do a trade or seeing what they would offer me for it. We didn't come to an agreement on the price of the Plinkster. They wanted to offer me a lot less than what I initially paid, so I just held on to it. But I did pick this guy up. This is a fun one. It's very interesting. Alright, it's a mouthful. This is a Savage Springfield Westernfield 187S. So Savage 187S. But a lot of different people have even more names for it. Some people like to call it a Clack, because this is pretty cool. Let's just verify it is empty. It is empty. It's not chambered. But check this out. So I'm gonna simulate pulling the trigger. It is an automatic. So when you pull the trigger, it's gonna shoot, and then the bolt's gonna open, and I'm gonna pull the trigger to simulate this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Alright. So pulling the trigger, or shooting it, pulling the trigger, keeping my finger on it, and the bolt stays back. The bolt stays back until you release the trigger. Being it's a 22 and an older one, I'm trying not to dry fire it, but I'm gonna put my finger here to stop the bolt and release the trigger. And the bolt flies forward to chamber another round. So the initial click of the trigger and it going off, and the bolt coming back, and then once you release your finger from the trigger, it releases a bolt to move forward, which is where you get the clack from. So some people call it a clack. It's kind of cool. Some other people like to call it a gill gun. This one isn't quite a gill gun. It has the gills, but not the full-fledged gills like the previous model. The 87 that came out before this had gills on the side. It was pretty cool. This one, let me see if I can get it in the camera. So let's see where it is. These guys right here. Looks like there's 2 little vents, 2 slots on the side. Look like gills. The previous model, the 87, had like 6 or 7 slots all in a row, and they all look like gills, like fish gills almost. So a lot of people call this the gill gun as well, especially the model before it, the 87. It's pretty cool. I didn't see any of those in the store, but they had this one. These are I want to say they're rare, but they made a bunch of them. But they quit production quite some time ago. I'm not exactly sure. I thought it was in the late 80s, but I could 100% be wrong. But it's pretty cool. I really like it. I have not shot it yet. When I was looking at it in the store, this thing was filthy, very dirty. I opened up the bolt, looked inside, it's just caked with black soot. It's 22, what do you expect? And I don't think they ever cleaned it. The wood, it has a clear coat on it. That clear coat had turned to a very dark color. It almost looked like someone had spray painted the gun brown. You couldn't see the grain of the wood whatsoever. You look at it and see it was an old gun just by the appearance. When I brought it home, I took some 4/0 steel wool and just hit the wood with it and took off a good amount of that clear coat that was on it from the factory. So now you can actually see the grain, and it doesn't look like someone spray painted it brown. So it's cleaned it up. I might take it all the way down to the bare wood. It does have some wear marks in it. It's an old gun, but I believe it was, yeah, I can't see from this side, but it has some wear marks right through here, then on the rear, from where people were grabbing it and shooting it. And it took it all the way down to the bare wood from the wear marks. But I might take the steel wool or actually some sandpaper and take it all the way down to the bare wood and just stain it and keep that oil finish on it. I like the oil finish. It does not have that shine like a high gloss, but we'll see. I got it yesterday and I brought it home and cleaned it up. It did not have the scope on it or this fancy mount for the scope. I took the scope off the Mossberg Pleinster because my intentions were to trade it in, or at least get a decent credit for it, so I can pick this rifle up. That didn't work out, but because I already had the scope off the rifle, I went ahead and threw it on this one. It has the 3/8 dovetail mount on the top, your standard rimfire mounting system. And then I got on that Jungle website and found this. It is a dovetail Picatinny conversion. So it's got the dovetail mount with the Allens on the side. They're actually on this side over here. So the Allen's along this plate here, and it tightens up like a dovetail. It tightens it onto the dovetail. And then we have the Picatinny mount up here. I thought it was going to be way too high, so I kind of put it off to the side for a while. But I got some low rings for it. With the 50mm lens on here, it works out perfect. It is nice and close to the barrel. We probably have, 5mm. And we still have the iron sights right here. And it is not contacting the barrel. So this kind of worked out perfect. I'm excited to try it. The safety is back here in the back. Kind of like your Mossberg 500s. They got safety on the back. But it's pull it to fire. I'm sorry. It's push it to fire, pull it for safe. So I think that's like a Mossberg 500 as well. It's been a while since I played with one. But it has that top tang on the rear. It is tube fed. It's one of those risky ones, I should say. So we verified that the chamber is empty and there are no shells inside of it. No cartridges. Tube fed. So to unload it or load it, we got this guy here. Turn it a quarter turn and it slides out. The moment you slide it forward, your fingers are in front of the muzzle here. So it's a little sketchy. You just have to pay attention to what you're doing and verify it is not chambered when you attempt to remove the tube. And you just load in the cartridges right here. It does say it's 22 long rifle only. It doesn't say shorts or 22 rifle. It only says 22 long rifle. Well, I was a little sad, but we'll see if it feeds them anything else. The previous model, the 87, on the cocking handle right here, you could push it in and it would lock the bolt closed and it will allow you to shoot the 22 shorts. This one doesn't have that. But I wanted to show you guys. We're going to be taking it out this week and seeing how it does. I'm hoping it does well, but it's an old rifle. I did not pay too much for it, and it just feels good in my hands. So regardless of how it shoots, I'm going to like it. We're probably going to hold on to it for a while. There's not much to it. It's a very simple rifle. Iron sights. It had the dovetails for the scope, and to assemble and disassemble it, it's pretty simple. I was kind of nervous about it at first, but then once I looked at it, oh wow, it's simple. One screw here, and you can take it out of the stock. And then once you remove it from the stock, you want to make sure the bolt is closed, and this little cap, or this guy right here, is actually a cap, and you unscrew it, you take off the cap, take off the bolt handle, being that there's no tension on it because this cap actually applies tension to the bolt spring. The spring doesn't have any tension on it, so you can slide out the handle here, and then the bolt and all the mechanisms, the bolt, the firing pin, the spring, all slide right out the back, and you can just go to town cleaning everything. So I cleaned up the bolt pretty good, cleaned up the spring, cleaned up the firing pin, used my toothbrush, or not my toothbrush, a toothbrush I use for cleaning, and cleaned up the whole chamber inside here. Took a brush through the bore. When I first looked down the bore of the barrel, it was dirty. I don't know if it's just lint from sitting, but it did have quite a few deposits on it. It was not shiny whatsoever. Took my wire brush to it, took the bore brush to it, the cloth one, and now it's shining pretty good. So I'm hoping it shoots well. The bore looks good. Everything inside is now nice and clean. The bolt did have some paint on it from the factory. That's pretty much worn off, or there's quite a bit of it worn off, so it just doesn't look the greatest. I might take my steel wool to it and see if I can take out the rest of that paint and kind of just shine it up. But I'm excited about this one. It's gonna be a good time. We'll see what ammo we shoot. I want to shoot the bulk ammo just because it's a budget gun, and back when this gun was made, that's probably all they had back then. I doubt they had this fancier, more precision ammo we have nowadays. But we'll see. I'm going to try and get it out there this week. And then it usually takes me a few days to edit the video because I try to do a few at once. So I'll have some videos to post throughout the week. But let me know what you guys think of this. And we're going to have some fun. That's all we're looking for is fun. Oh yeah, we've got to be safe too. That's another big one. But let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like what you saw, hit that like. If you want to see more, you want to see me take it out this week, hit that subscribe. Alright guys, thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time.